Hey, this is Austin Weber with Weber Bracketology, where every day is Selection Sunday, and with just about 12 days left till Selection Sunday, we have a new bracketology for you. This will be the last one for the month of February, and there's actually a good amount of changes this time compared to how it's usually been. We'll start looking at the one line where nothing has obviously changed. The two line, the big change is that UCLA has moved up to the highest two seed and kind of teetering on the brink of a one, depending on how their season goes and Purdue's goes, obviously. But UCLA is very much in contention for a one seed. On the three line, Gonzaga has moved up there with Virginia's losses, but not much else has changed there. And then we go to the four line where Virginia has fallen, and Xavier has moved up because of losses by Iowa State. And then on the five line, the 5 and 6 line, I didn't have too much time to really go through and fix it after last night's results. So I currently just have TCU moved up to the 5 line, and Iowa State dropped all the way down to a 6, just because they have 12 losses right now. And this is just kind of a lot. If they end the season with 13, I don't know how high they can go. That's a lot of losses. They do have 8 quad one wins right now, which mean a 5 seed isn't out of the question for them because of that. But it's just the 12 losses right now has me putting them at a 6. Where I also have Maryland has moved up. Maryland has taken some big jumps, especially being Northwestern. I have Maryland up there on the 6 line. The 7 line, Kentucky has moved up to a 7 seed. I think it was just like 2 weeks ago they were like the last team in. But really, while the other bubble teams have been kind of playing their way out, Kentucky has been playing better than most teams in the country and kind of looking like that team, maybe not exactly like the top 5 team I thought they would be going into the year, but still nonetheless they are moving up, and I could see them getting as high as a 6. I don't know if a 5 is possible, but a 6 is definitely within reach. On the 8 line, not much going on there. We got Iowa, Arkansas, Texas A&M, Providence. The 9 line, Florida Atlantic has moved up after Nevada's loss last night to Wyoming. Then we got Rutgers, Pittsburgh is up there, and Missouri on the 10 line. Nevada dropped down there with a loss to Wyoming. Auburn has also dropped all the way down to a 10 at this point. Mississippi State has moved up that far, and NC State is just kind of sitting there. The last 2 byes are going to be Memphis and West Virginia. West Virginia probably would have been the last team in the tournament had they not beaten Iowa State last night. That was a road win too, so that keeps them afloat. They have 13 losses as well. They just have 3 less quad one wins than Iowa State, but their resumes are something to look at, really. Actually, Iowa State has 12 losses. I think I said 13, but they have 12 losses. Last 4 in are Boise State and USC, and then Wisconsin and Michigan is currently my last team in the field. It's really close between them and Arizona State. Arizona State has that head-to-head win, but I just like Michigan's resume better, and obviously Michigan has the chance to play themselves staying in or out. They have games at Illinois and at Indiana. 2 big games coming up. So if they win at least one of them, they might be in. If they lose them both, that kind of sinks their ship. And then other than that, the at-large bids aren't too crazy different. Bradley and VCU are up there at the 12 line now. But yeah, not much going on outside of that as we go down. We see our last 4 byes currently are Auburn, NC State, then Memphis, West Virginia. We saw the last 4 in. The first 4 out, I have Arizona State as that first team out. That win at Arizona honestly did so much for them that they went from my next 4 out to pretty much in the field almost. North Carolina sitting there, they did finally pick up a quad one win. Better late than never, I guess. And then Oklahoma State fell out with the loss to Baylor last night. And then Utah State sitting there. And then the next 4 out, Penn State, who would probably be in the tournament had they beaten Rutgers, Texas Tech, Clemson, and Oregon. But yeah, so we just got this is the last week of the regular season, then conference tournaments. Well, there's already conference tournaments going, but the big ones are going to be starting up next week. And there's going to be a whole lot of shifting as teams are playing quad 1 and 2 games because they're all at neutral sites. So it's going to get hectic more than it is now. So if you enjoyed, subscribe here for more bracketology and college basketball content, or visit weberbracketology.com for more and to look at the S-curve. But thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and enjoy these next couple of weeks.